Hi everyone, my name is Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my personal top 5 red flags for dog trainers as a professional dog trainer. So as a backstory, I have been a professional dog trainer for over 3 years now, and I do a lot of training still under trainers because my belief is that you should always try to learn. I have a lot of trainers who learn stuff from me, and I have a lot of stuff I learned from other trainers. That's always should be the goal, is to expand our knowledge. So that kind of brings me into number 1. If there is a trainer who is actively not pursuing growth for themselves, and they are just, that's all they train, and especially if you've taken multiple dogs there and it feels like, wow, this is the same exact stuff that we learned with our first dog. They have not changed or grown at all. That is a very big red flag to me. Another big red flag is if they don't compete with their dogs. I get with being a dog trainer, you might not be able to commit to just every weekend competition. I can't do that. But your dogs are your resume, and if you are not proving that your dogs can compete and be in this high pressure situation, how are you supposed to prove that you can take other people's dogs to that level if that's what they're interested in? Not only that, but someone who's a dog trainer who has good dogs at home, I know a lot of people who aren't dog trainers who just got lucky and didn't do any training, but their dogs are still good at home. So that is not very reputable. Number 3 on my list would be when they say, this will always fix a dog. This will always do this. A lot of trainers use absolutes in their videos for attention. It's an attention grab. It gets people to go, if this will always work, this is always going to fix a problem, I need to save this video so it helps my dog. That is rarely ever the case. Dogs are all different, so talking in absolutes, especially if you don't even know the problem that all these other dogs are facing, that is a really good way to get views, but a really good way to lose credibility as a dog trainer. Dogs are not robots. They are going to all be a little different, and one dog might be barking because it feels this way, and one dog might be barking because it feels a different way, and saying this will always stop your dog from barking. You probably shouldn't treat multiple problems in a one-size-fits-all situation. My number 4 red flag is if a trainer only trains in a specific way. My belief is that trainers should adapt their training to each dog and each owner and make sure that the owner is comfortable with what they are doing. If a trainer goes, nope, okay, so here's my bundle, you have to pay for these e-collars, you're gonna get e-collar training, and that's how I always train, and the owner is vehemently uncomfortable with e-collars, at the end of the day, it is your dog, not my dog that I'm training. So if you're uncomfortable with something we are doing, my clients tell me, so that way I can make it so that they feel comfortable, because they are the ones with the dog all the time, not me. I will say, hey, I think in this situation, this might be what works best. But like, if you're not okay with that, we can do something else. And majority of the time, you know, they're okay with that, because the reason why they hired me is looking for, you know, a way to fix this problem they're having. But I've had a few times where people have expressed, honestly, I'd really prefer I wouldn't want to do that. And I said, okay, it's your dog, not my dog. We're going to train it your way. I will do my best to help where you feel comfortable training, and I'll be a guide to help you feel comfortable training. And I said, if you ever want to revisit this after trying it this other way, just let me know. But I'm not going to force my clients into this specific way of training. And if that's what a trainer does, they only have one size fits all, McDonald's dog training, that is a big red flag to me. My number 5 red flag is when you have to commit to a training bundle. I obviously think it's a good idea to offer those options as, you know, a convenient thing, but at least for me, from a consumer standpoint, I hate it when companies just pester and pester and pester And at the end of the day, there are some things more important than life than dog training, and I'm aware of that as a dog trainer. So I want to make it as convenient as possible for my clients to schedule lessons. So if they have to do monthly, yes, results might be slow. Yes, we might not progress as fast, but that's something I tell them. If we do every other week, that's up to them. All of those options, the scheduling is up to my clients. I have some who take breaks during the wintertime. I have some who take breaks during the summertime. And then we revisit. And then as the dogs progress, I have some people who want to do just some maintenance lessons. I have some people who, I'm very happy with my dog, and that's that. And obviously I miss those dogs, but I know if a problem arises, they'll come back to me. Or if they get another dog, they'll come back to me. Having it where people are forced into, okay, for the next 7 weeks, you have to be available to do this. And then making them pay upfront, so then that way they have to. That takes the joy out of dog training and turns it into a job for the owners. We don't want to do that. We want them to want to train their dogs. If they don't want to, the dogs can feel that. They can feel their owners aren't having fun, so then they're not having fun. And then dog training turns into a chore. Listening to their owner turns into a chore. We want them to go, okay, since you're having fun, I'll have some fun too. And that should be the mindset of dog training. I tell everyone, I'm like, obviously the goal would be to train your dogs at least, passively throughout the day and do it every single day. But if you are not feeling it, do this instead. So that way, when you're not feeling like training, at least the behaviors don't go in the wrong direction or get worse, or you lose all your progress. So that is where, especially during this holiday time, I had some people who had to take off 3 weeks or so. That is where if they were to do my 7-week schedule, they'd have to somehow make it where it fits in their lifestyle. That's ridiculous. Obviously, group classes are different, but even with group classes, I have it where I either send them a makeup video of what they missed, or if they missed 2 classes, then they can have a makeup private lesson for no extra cost. And that is where, when I take lessons elsewhere, other places don't do that. There's one time Ammo went into season, I paid $160 for a class, and I only made 1 class, and they kept my $160 because I couldn't do it with her. And I didn't get any compensation, I didn't get anything, and that was so ridiculous to me. So I don't want to do that to my clients. So anyways, that is my 5 red flags list of dog trainers, what to look out for. Just remember, at least where I am, anyone can just say they're a dog trainer. Anyone can go online and get certified as a dog trainer. So you have to really do your research and look into those trainers' resumes. I 100% implore anyone who's looking for a trainer to ask, oh, what do you do with your dogs? Do you compete with them? What are your dogs certified in? Do your dogs have any titles on them? I also encourage you to ask what their training experience is outside of just getting certified. Because like I said, anyone can get a certification. And to me, if someone just gets a certification online, that is almost a red flag until I see their resume. Because it is so much better, in my opinion, to get that real world experience and work under professionals and learn from these professionals and then just keep on learning. And then when these professionals say, okay, we're very happy, you can start training doing these things, but maybe don't train at this level yet, and then just keep on working and learning under them until they give you the thumbs up that, okay, wow, you're good. But with that being said, if you have any questions or anything to add to this list, this is just my quick top 5 at the top of my head that I could come up with, please leave them in the comments down below, and I will do my best to either answer any questions, or if you have things to add that I didn't think of, I'd love to make another video with even more things to watch out for. Like I said, as a professional dog trainer, this is not a video trying to get people to go through me. That'd be pretty cool, but obviously right now, if you're not in Wisconsin, there's only so much you can do. But I want this information to be accessible as possible. My goal as a dog trainer is to make it where dog training is fun, it's accessible, you enjoy it, and you're just progressing in a way where you and your dog are happier together. It's basically, I'm a relationship coach for humans and dogs. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!